Hey, how you doing, superhumans? Welcome back to our new lecture. And in this lecture, we will be covering another type of ICMP message, that is parameter problem. So parameter problem, that is the word parameter problem is self-explanatory. So basically, whenever a source is sending an IP packet, what basically the name parameter problem means, that there is going to be a problem with the parameters, and because of this, one of the nodes or the destination is going to send an ICMP message back to the sender who has sent the packet, or the sender whose packet has got discarded because of the parameter problem. So let's say that this is the IP packet, and inside this IP packet there are a lot of different fields. There is IP header, there is IP data, which contains the actual data of the IP packet, and then there are a lot of subfields that are there inside this IP packet. Let's say that in one of the fields, the value that that field is having is the value is either missing in that field, or the value that is there inside that field is either confusing. In both of these cases, the node which is discarding the packet, or the destination which is discarding the packet, it is going to send an ICMP message back to the sender S, telling the sender S that the packet I am discarding because of a parameter problem. Now you must be asking that why is this parameter problem occurring? I'll cover that in the later part of this video, but let's understand the working of the parameter problem mechanism. So this IP packet, let's say it is sent by the sender S. So first it reaches R1, then it reaches R2, then it reaches R3. Then finally, when it is reaching R3, R3 finds that inside one of the fields of this IP packet that it has received, in one of the subfields, a value is missing. This is one of the cases that could happen. The value is either missing or value is either confusing. In both of these cases, if any of the cases is there, if either the value is missing or the value is confusing, in both the cases, the router R3 is going to send an ICMP message tagged with the parameter problem, tagged with the type parameter problem. So it is going to send an ICMP message back. This also sends an ICMP message back tagged with the parameter problem. Parameter problem. So when this message reaches sender S, it knows what the problem is. Now, as I told you that I would be covering in the later part of the video about what could be the various reasons that there is a parameter problem in the IP packet. The major reason could be that there is a noise in the network. The second reason is because of strict routing. Noise is pretty much clear to you. What is strict routing? As we have already covered in our previous lectures, not in this module, but in previous modules, that let's say that this is the source, this is router R1, this is router R2, this is router R, this is the destination, and this is router R3. And one of the ways that the sender S could have sent the packet to the destination was this. The other way that the sender S could have sent the packet to the destination S was this. But the strict routing, let me tell you what strict routing is. Strict routing is basically when the sender S tells the packet the direction that the packet should follow to reach the destination. Let's say that this packet is containing that first it should reach R1, then it should reach R2, then finally it should reach the destination D. And let's take a case that these two are also joined. Let's take a case that this packet IP reaches the router R1, but at this particular moment the router R2 malfunctions. Now router R1 will find that router R2 has malfunctioned. So now another way of sending the packet to the destination D is through the router R3. But now when this router R1 checks the IP packet, it finds that IP packet is containing the route, this particular route, And when I'm going to send this packet to the router R3, there would be a problem because it is not according to this route. So router R1 is going to send an ICMP message tagged with that there is a parameter problem. Obviously, there is a parameter problem over here because the destination that was written in the packet was different than the destination that would follow to make sure that the packet reaches the destination D. I hope that the complete thing of parameter problem is very much clear to you. One little thing that I want to cover is that the parameter problem is having the type number 12 and the code for the parameter problem could be either 0 or 1. The second thing is that this type of parameter problem ICMP message can be sent either by the host or by the destination. Thank you.